After almost 4 years full-time van life in the UK, we've just purchased a Consort Reef campervan conversion. And today we're doing a video telling you the truth about Consort, no holds barred. It's going to be the first time ever that you get to look inside our van. And also what we're really excited about is we followed the lead of Consort and they've kitted it out for us as well. So you can see most of the kit that we're going to be using for full-time van life moving forward. So let's go and take a look.
This is our new Consort Reef campervan conversion with a Peugeot Boxer base chassis, in white, 6 metres in length and with 26,000 miles on the clock. The perfect vehicle, we hope, for many worldwide future adventures.
So before we go inside, we've got a confession to make. We were actually looking for a motorhome, not a campervan this time round, and the reason being is we're full-time van lifers, which means we spend a lot of time as a couple inside the van. And over 4 years we've come to realise that the layout of a motorhome is probably better than we could find for panel vans. That's where Consort stepped in. And when we saw Consort, they do the panel van, which means you ride more agile, go on more adventures, go to places that you probably couldn't take a coach-built motorhome. But they put a motorhome inside a panel van, which we love. That's like a big selling point for full-time van life. The reason why we didn't go for the coach-built one at the end and motorhomes and all that sort of business was mainly because of the stories we've heard about damp, water ingress and stuff like that. You're much less likely to have any of those issues with a panel van. So this is, not bigging it up too much, a combination of a motorhome and a campervan conversion. Is really impressive inside. So the layout has been the most important thing pretty much, and the reason why we like motorhome layouts is because they're geared up for longer term living and what have you. And after 4 years of being a married couple and having all different sorts of layouts, independently converted vans, and even just now recently the micro camping and adventurous vans, we think that motorhomes actually have the best setup, and we actually think that Consort has the best setup for where we are at this stage in our lives. And so the layout consists of cab, kitchen, lounge, shower, bathroom, that sort of thing, in proportion sizes to what you prioritise the most. And we this time have prioritised the lounge, chilling. Doing this, well-being is everything, and we've noticed our well-being slip a lot over the last sort of like couple of years when we've been trying to find the right van, and we've realised that having a U-shaped lounge is the most important thing. So let's go and have a look at the U-shaped lounge. Welcome to our abode. You take your shoes off, please.
Okay, should we close the door, otherwise the heat will go?
Yeah, get the door closed.
Right, come on in and have a look at our gorgeous lounge.
So this is something that we've never had in a van before, ever, absolutely ever, and that's the focus on the lounge setup. Our vans have always been fixed bed or focusing on something else. This is the first time ever that we've had this, and we're so friggin' pleased that we did put it as a main focus, because this means that we can do van life for longer, for many more years. Without this, I think we may have crumbled at some point. Maybe we have crumbled already at some point, but this is going to be keep us afloat. And also the U-shaped lounge, or the N lounge, is apparently the most popular choice in the UK for van conversions and what have you. So you can actually, we are looking forward to having people in here as well, which is amazing. We've never had that before either, have we?
No.
We could have done, but it was never really set up for it. This is set up for it.
Yeah, it'll be really nice when we get the table out, and it also turns into the bed as well, which is just brilliant.
So we need to show you those two things.
We definitely do.
So the actual table setup's dead easy. Let's do that first, shall we?
Yeah.
This seems to be something that we've only seen in Consort, but the actual table is stored in the... Is it called a partial shelf? The above the cab shelf, whatever it is. Table stored in here, so it doesn't move around. It's got an indentation in it, so you lift it up, so it stores flat. So you've got all of this storage space here, but it stores flat, and you just get the table out of there. And there you have it. It's actually a really stable table. It's the most stable table, and I'm not just saying it, that we've ever had in a camper van, ever. It's also the largest as well. So other things in the living space that really sold it to us and made us want to choose a Consort van was the little attention to detail. based on people who have actually lived in vans before, and we recognise them straight away because they're so important. You try and work out, why has no one else done this before? Honestly, these things aren't common in vans. You have to put them in yourself usually, and there's an amazing secret bonus addition to all of this that makes it even better, that really took us over the edge. I'll show you in a minute. But the first things we noticed were these pockets on the side here, that you can store things in. Janine's got one, I've got one, I've got my Kindle in there, USB wires, and it's also next to a USB point, and I've got 4 light switches here as well next to me. So I'm literally controlling this side of the van in my living space, which is brilliant when you're in a couple. Janine's side, she wears glasses, and they've also got these incredible, so simple but so important glasses holders. And anyone who wears glasses who lives in a van will probably spend a long time every single day looking for them, as Janine does, and involves me and ropes me into it as well. So that solved that. And it really means a lot to us. Also, whilst we're in here as well, before we move on to the most exciting thing, we've now got a smart TV. It wasn't even on our shopping list, but we've got one. Aerial on the roof, free view, smart TV. We don't usually watch TV, but we do watch the occasional bit of Netflix and movies as well. And we've already started using it, and it's wonderful. It adds to the whole chilled out vibe in here, which just means a lot. So we're so grateful for those things, even though it wasn't on our original list. So this U-shaped lounge, it does turn into a bed as well. Actually, a super king-size bed, which means that me being 6'2" can fit in it nicely. We've slept in it already, and it took her 5 minutes to set up. We know that that's going to get quicker as it goes along. So underneath these sofas, under one side is the boiler and electrics, we'll get to that, and under this one is the bedding, plus actually a lot more storage if we want it as well. The bedding is a big issue, and then we're going to just touch on a bit very quickly. So basically, Consort don't just offer the vans and sell the vans, they can guide you to kitting the vans out. We're new to this whole setup sort of thing, so we just went, yeah, it's cool. To be honest with you, most of the time, whenever we bought a van before, we spend the next couple of weeks, couple of months, going round places like B&M, Poundland, supermarkets, IKEA, looking for gear to fit into the places. And you need tape measures, because things need to be able to fit, and they don't always fit the way that you want them to. As you all know, because if you've got a camper van or a motorhome, you know all of this stuff already. We've been in that situation many, many times. Scott and Jane at Consort Motorhomes know what fits in where, and you can literally follow their lead if you want to, which we did, and we're so pleased. So we've got so much gear in here already that fits so snug. There's no wasted space. It's all very economic, and it's probably saved us an absolute ton of money, including the bedding. The bedding we've got just 2 bits of bedding minus the pillows. We've got a topper and a duvet, and no sheets, no nothing. They recommended some bedding that's all in one, so you don't have separate sheets and separate covers, duvet covers and all that. It all goes on top, it all goes in the wash, and it means you can set up the bed quicker, put it away quicker, and wash and dry it quicker. It dries really, really quickly as well. So we're very, very happy to have done that. It's taken a bit of the headache away from it. And now for the icing on the cake about this U-shaped lounge setup, there's 2 things that we're going to move straight on to that make this even better than what you've just seen. Let me show you. This literally is the best thing ever. Why is it the best thing ever, Janine?
This is so good because we now have a shelf to put our cups of tea in the morning, and that when we've got our table down and the bed's up and we're just sat here with a cup of tea or any sort of drink, it's so important to be able to put your drink down. And so it's a small thing, but it's just so good.
And it's really rare as well. Like, we've looked at a lot of vans, and we've been in a lot of vans as well, lived in vans, travelled in vans, and I don't think that we've ever seen something like this before. It really means the world to us, and it's so prominent and so fixed and so stable and so lovely. Yeah, it is just a bit of wood, but it really does the job. And these are double barn doors. Another thing that's you don't see very often with U-shaped lounges, but obviously open it. If it wasn't a car park behind me, imagine opening this up to a beautiful vista and a beautiful ocean view and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be amazing. So that's not the only best thing about this. If you come around here, I'll show you the other thing. So what we have behind us is something else that's not very common with these sorts of vans, is a boot, a garage, something that we weren't expecting, but it was definitely on our requirement list for our van, our full-time van. And this one's got a really good one, considering that it's a 6 metre panel van with a U-shaped lounge. It's got a pretty decent garage, and not only that, but we've also got kit in it as well, like proper outdoor kit. Once again, like advised and recommended by Scott and Jane. So chairs that fit, chocks. We've got a mini barbecue in there. We've got an outdoor kitchen. We've got the lot in there. Everything fits so neat as well. How many times do we go out and buy things on Amazon, like camping chairs and stuff like that, get them and realise they're too big for the boot space or whatever, and then we try and make do or regret it or have to send it back? We don't have to do that this time.
Okay, cool. Another really amazing thing about the back part of this van is up here. I have never seen this before, and when I saw it, I was so excited. So, up here, we have like a little shelf, and it's got a perspex bit of plastic or something
screen
there. It's got a screen here, so that you can put your bits and pieces over there, and you can they won't get lost when you put them. For example, this amazing little funnel for putting our water in our tanks, we can pop it over here and we know it's there. So it's just amazing. So all our little bits and pieces we can store away neat and tidy. Let's get back in.
It's cold and it's raining. It's horrible. The van is extremely well insulated, and we know that because it's been in the minuses over the last couple of days and we've been toasty. In fact, someone spoke to us and said, "How are you dealing with the cold?" And we went, "What cold? What freezing temperatures?" We only noticed that when we stepped outside the van, we slipped on the ground. It's been that cold. So really well insulated, but and it's run by LPG, something that we've never had before. So it's got underslung LPG with a Truma boiler and Truma heating and what have you. So we can set sort of like the ambient temperature, the room temperature to a thermostat on a nice, beautiful digital screen. So simple to use that we hardly needed an explanation of it, really, to be honest with you. The heating you can choose electric or LPG, and it goes into different areas of the van. So you've got one bit around the cab that goes straight into the cab, one bit that goes into the bathroom, one bit that goes into the lounge, and then another bit that goes behind the seats as well. That's usually where draft comes in and what have you. So it's not drafty, and you get heating dispersed everywhere. But one of Janine's favourite things is having been able to wake up in the morning and go into the bathroom and it being really toasty warm, like really warm in there. Is it not, Janine?
It's amazing. Okay, so I just wanted to quickly talk about the lighting in the van, which me and Liam both absolutely love. So we've just got back from Scandinavia actually, and they've got this thing called hookah, which means, or fika, which
both similar sort of things, aren't they?
Hookah and fika, which means like cozy sort of dining in cafes, or cozy culture basically. And we got back and we just really felt the urge to have something like really cozy and comfortable to chill out in the lounge and in our home comforts. There's lots of different lighting examples that we can have. For example, we can have the full lighting. We've got all the lights on now, but we can actually turn the top ones off and have the side ones on, or have just our little reading lamps, or even just the kitchen lights. There's lots and lots of different ways we can have it, depending on what mood we're in. Every light in this van has its own switch. You making us a tea?
I will in a minute, and it's a good time to display the kitchen. The kitchen's beautiful, really good, perfect size, and it's over the slidey door so you can open it and cook with a view when the weather's better than what it is today. Two things that we love about it. The first one being we've got an oven back. For us, ovens are so important. We realise that as we keep going forwards. Actually, there's three things. Oven, yes. The other thing is it extends. So you've got workspace here. You literally work on top of the cooker, on top of the sink, but there's also extension wings for cooking as well here. This is one of the best bits that we also don't see very often in vans, is you can extend it here as well. But why this is so good is this serves as a place for when you're doing the washing up. You take the topper off, put that there, You put that there and stack it there. So you wash and dry, and you just leave it to dry. Drips into the drip tray, and then you put it into there afterwards. We think that's genius, and those things really matter, because any time that we've done the washing up before, one of us has had to sit at the dining table and dry up. But this saves us doing that. We can just leave it to dry, and we've got space for it, and it's all good. Plus, it's extra preparation space as well. So decent sized kitchen, decent sized sink. Oh, and obviously really important kitchen roll holders. You know, all of that's really important. But this is something that we found very, very helpful. Once again, Scott and Jane, they're the owners of Consort Motorhomes. They've been tweaking motorhomes and their designs for the last sort of 20 years. And we have gone with their kit list on this. And in the kitchen, it's more apparent than ever. So things like in here is under the sink. What can we fit under the sink? We've got like chopping boards, wipes, dustpan and brush, mini one, that sort of thing. The thing that we like about it the most is it's easy to find the things that you want to find when you want to find them. Cheese graters, pizza cutters, mini dishes to put snacks in, bin bags, that sort of thing. This is the pots and pans section, including this dinky little thing. We've actually got more pans than we've ever had before, and it's only possible because they're all fit in this drawer perfectly, and we've got the detachable handle as well. Tinfoil has been the bane of our life. She's laughing because she knows. But now we've got a section for it. Like, everything's got a place. Oven has got things like your grill pans and, you know, those oven dishes, so that you can use them as Tupperware afterwards, glass, so you can put them in the oven and heat them up. And I forgot about this. For the first time ever, we've had this and used this in a van as well. Do you know what this is? It's an electric kettle. How can we have an electric kettle in a kitchen with this? It's a flipping 3-pin plug section. So when you're on electric hookup, or you've got so much juice in your batteries or whatever, you can literally plug the electric kettle in, and we've already used it once already. It's brilliant. And just on the note with storage as well, like we've just gone with the advice and recommendations of Jane and Scott, and so we've got like jars that fit. They're in the place where you want them to be. You've got tea bags and coffee and all that sort of stuff here, and Janine's hot chocolate. And as you go further down, you've got other cupboards that can do other things. There's so much storage in here that I think we should be okay, given that we're in here a lot. And there's also a larder cupboard here as well, which fits in so much shopping, food shopping. And of course, we've got I think it's the first time ever, a large fridge freezer. A really good one, and it's just brilliant. Decent sized freezer, decent sized fridge. So let's have a cup of tea and a bit bite to eat, shall we?
Yes.
I won't go into details about the vehicle itself. It's a Peugeot Boxer. It's really good. It's got everything that you need. It's really comfortable. It does come with these amazing swivel captain seats, and they're very comfortable. What's really good about this, in something that we were looking for, was the U-shaped lounge, but also having a separate seating area, which this is. So you've got these two cab lights here, these like for reading or whatever, and really comfortable swivel seats, so that you can have someone sat here and someone in the lounge or in bed or whatever. And it's also got like a little sort of coffee table setup as well, so we can both sit here in the morning, and Janine can even do work, editing and that sort of thing, using the table, and it just works really, really well. We're very happy to have two seating areas. It was on the list of things that we required.
So just while we're sat here having a tea, we have got, for the very, very first time ever, we've got some Remis blinds, and they are absolutely incredible. We've always seen them and wanted them, but we've always sort of had those silver sort of squidgy ones that you put up and take down, which use up a lot of space in the camper van. So these ones here don't use up any space at all, and they do the job, and they're brilliant. Okay, so I wanted to show you our bathroom, and I'm so excited about this bathroom because it's the first time really that we've had a proper bathroom set up with a toilet, an actual toilet, and a shower, and cabinet and things like that. So what we've got is, firstly, the toilet. It flushes and goes into the cassette toilet, which you access from outside the van, which is so handy. Never had that before. Really excited about that. Another thing is we have a shower, and that gives us hot water. So we've got a hot water shower. We can actually come inside, close the door behind me here, close the shower curtain and have our shower. And it also has a heater in here, so it's lovely and warm as well, which I really enjoy in the morning when I'm having my wash.
The last few things I'm going to go through really quickly. We've obviously got an electric step to get in as well. Such a nice feature to have in a van. So this van has 100 litres of fresh water in the tank and a grey water tank as well, which means that we can go off-grid for a long time. We can access the cassette toilet from outside here and empty it if we decide to. That's the Truma boiler. That's where we fill it with fresh water. That's the external hookup point. And that's the LPG for the underslung gas, which does the heating and the cooker and the oven and all that sort of business. We've got we've got 2 solars on the top. We're going to actually upgrade all of this because Consort Motorhomes come with lithium batteries as standard, but we're going to now go and take it, maybe hopefully in the next video, to the next level and see how far we can go with that, which we're really looking forward to doing. And once all of that's done, we're ready to hit the open road, which we're really looking forward to. And we can't thank Consort Motorhomes enough for this. We did buy this van. They didn't just give it to us or anything like that. Don't think like that. This is an advert for Consort Motorhomes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to watch our adventures in our brand new Consort Motorhome. See you next time.
What we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.